Okay. Good day. My name is Day. It's actually nighttime, and I'm in my car. I don't know. For the past few nights, I've just been like sitting in my car and talking to myself. So I thought that I would record it because that would be fun for me, and then I would maybe feel a little bit less crazy. Like I would feel like I'm actually talking to someone rather than just like literally sitting here and talking to myself. So I'll probably post this on my YouTube, I'm guessing. I'm guessing no one will really like see it or anything, but it'll be fun for me to like look back on. And there's cars going by, sorry. But what I've had posted on my YouTube is songs. So yeah, like write freaking songs or whatever. And so this is different from that, but I don't know, it's my freaking YouTube channel, so I'm gonna freaking use it how I freaking want. Anyways, I just thought I would sit here and talk to you about some things, and what I'm gonna talk to you about right now, who is you? You is me. Okay. I don't know, I'm just gonna talk about, I had this title I was gonna talk about why I think that the version of me I think that my capability to love or to like be in love is like dead and gone, and so I wanted to talk about that. Are there people coming? I just keep saying shadows and I'm getting paranoid. Anyways, oh, there's just someone just like standing there. That's really scary. Okay, anyways, I'm just gonna talk about why I think that the version of me that is capable of loving is dead. And I don't know, it's just a thought that I've been thinking of recently because I've been back home, and being back home just reminds me a lot of kind of like growing up, I suppose, obviously, but then like it reminds me of kind of why I left, and because a lot of the reason, this is so embarrassing, but a lot of the reason that I wanted to leave so badly was because being here reminded me so much of this one person that I fell in love with before I moved away to college. And I just really wanted to move away to college because I just literally would go anywhere, because I live in a semi-small town. Like I would go anywhere and I would just be like, oh, them, like every single thing would remind me of them. And like all of the places that I go to just would remind me of them, and everything that I would do would just remind me of them. Because we literally went not everywhere together, but there's just not many places to really go where I live, so anywhere that I would go, we had already been. And that's like so stupid. It's like I go places all the time with my other friends, but like for some reason I was in love with this person, so obviously it had more weight to it. But no, yeah, I've just been home, so I've been around places that remind me of them more, and it really doesn't help that where I work is like right next to their house, so I have to drive by their house pretty much, not every day, but like at least like 2 or 3 times a week, and I have to drive by like all of these places, obviously, that we went to because it's right by their house. Anyways, which like it really shouldn't matter. It's been years. Like it's been 3 years since I have seen this person in person. I recently talked to them online, but that's obviously different. But that's a whole story, and I don't need to get into the whole story of it, but summary was just like, this was the first person that I fell in love with. I was young. I was like maybe 16 going into being 17, and then it went through, I don't even know how long, but I was young. I'm still young, but I was even younger then. And I just was like, they were my like best friend, like one of my best friends, and we would hang out all the time, and I just was like, wait, like, oh my gosh, you're actually just so beautiful and amazing, and actually, like, I just, like, want to know you deeply in your soul, and I just want to make you happy, and I want to give you everything that you could ever possibly want and imagine. So, like, sorry, I don't know, I can't really control that, but I was also really young, so I didn't really know how to, like, navigate those feelings, obviously. And this person is older than me, not too much older than me, but older than me. So I was just like, I felt like this stupid little kid that just, like, had this, like, insane crush on this, like, awesome person that I just put on this pedestal, and I was just so in love. Like, oh my god. I was so in love. Like, it was bad. Like, actually so bad. Like, I don't even know. I literally have journals and songs, so many songs that I still write even to this day. Like, it was just, like, yearning to the fucking max for, I mean, however old I was, however much yearning that could have been, but it was quite a lot. But anyways, point is, I love this person so dearly and so much, like, and it wasn't the type of, like, oh, you're just super, like, attractive and I just, like, want to spend time with you. It was like, no, like, I physically and spiritually want to just consume everything that I can that is you, but at the same time, I just want to do whatever it is that will make you happy, and if that means never ever seeing you ever again, and if that means you need to hate me, then that is also okay. Like, I have never felt like that for someone before, where it was like, I love you so much that I will do anything for you, even if that means me disappearing to you or me being nothing to you. Like, if I am nothing to you, that is okay because you are happy. Like, that just wasn't a feeling that I had felt before, really. Like, it always has just been like, oh, I have a crush and it's cool and they're fun and attractive, but, like, no, this was like, anyways, point is, love them a lot, so much, even to this day, still love them a lot, don't even talk to them anymore, haven't spoken to them in however, whatever, but it's just like their presence in the world is, like, just a comfort, if that makes sense, even though it's like I am not a part of that. And we'll probably never be a part of it ever again, and that's totally okay. Anyways, what was my point here? I think that the version of me that was so capable of loving this person is dead and gone, or maybe just, like, locked away, or so, I don't know, just very unreachable for the given moment. And that's not to say that I'm, like, this cold, unfeeling person, because there has been so many situations that I've gotten myself into in the past years that have, like, been so deep and consuming and, like, emotional, but it's just never been love, I guess. Or, like, being in love. And I'm not to say, like, oh, like, I should just be falling in love with anybody, because obviously, like, it could just be, like, I'm just not meeting the right people, or, like, I don't even know, like, it's just the wrong person, and it's, like, it's so rare to fall in love with someone. Like, you can love someone, but, like, to fall in love with someone is so rare, and so maybe I'm just, you know, and not with the right people, and which that's another thing, because the people that I have been involved with, I think I need to do a whole separate thing, because genuinely, like, villains, like, actually villains, and that's partly my fault, because, hey, and wait, let me say my fault lightly, because I used to be a person that would just, like, blame myself, but I'm not, like, blaming myself in that way. It's just, like, I'm just saying, like, I would, and it was not cognitively, but I would put myself in situations that I felt that I deserved, and I thought that I deserved to be treated badly. So I would purposely choose people that would treat me badly, or people who would treat me well, but then not really that much. Like, you treat me well a little bit and that's just enough, and I just take what I can get because I think that I won't get that consistently because I just don't think that I deserve it. But that wasn't necessarily a cognitive choice at the time, but like now that I'm out of it, I can see like I genuinely just was taking whatever was in front of me because I just needed something, anything, literally anything. Because the first relationship, whatever, that I got in after, and I don't think that I've ever really been in a relationship, if I'm honest. Like, literally, like, I was in a relationship when I was 15. That wasn't a relationship. Literally lasted maybe 2 months, and we broke up once in between, like, whatever. That wasn't a relationship. Then the other relationship that I was in was first year of college. That was not a relationship. That was like actually psychosis. Like, I can't even, and I'm not even gonna get into it that much, but just villain, like actually a villain. I mean, whatever, I'm understanding and forgiving, and I guess they're not a villain, but it's like they are a villain at the same time, because I would just never do that to anybody. But hey, to each their own. What was my point? Bad people. I get involved with bad people. Not bad people, but people who make bad decisions. And I just am understanding, and I just want to understand them. So I just let things slide because I think I deserve them, or because I think that I can fix people, because I have a horrible savior complex. And it's not even oh, I think that I can fix you. It's just like, oh, I think that I can give you love, and maybe that if I just love you enough that you will treat me well. That's not gonna happen, actually. That's actually just not gonna happen. But for some reason, it just, like, I know that in my brain that's not gonna happen, but just, I have to try anyways. Because what? I don't even know what. What was my point? Bad people, I try to love them because why do I do that, actually? Why I think that the version of me that is capable of, like, true, like, real love is gone is because even through all of these situations where I have felt so deeply for people, and I have been in such emotional, like, situations, I've kind of thrown myself into them, and I've thrown myself into them because I was reeling from this being in love with this person and it not working. And when I say not working, it's a complicated situation. I never even told this person that I was in love with them. They left my life, to summarize. And then so I left my state. And then I found literally the first person that showed me any attention, and I threw myself into it, and I made it so emotional and so deep, and it was this deep connection, codependency, whatever, which was obviously not healthy at all, and obviously ended so badly. And at the time, it was so emotional, and it felt like so, like, wow, like, this person, I'm losing them, and I love them so much, and blah, blah, blah. And then now I look back on that, and I'm like, genuinely psychosis, like, actually psychosis. Like, I actually don't feel anything for you, actually. Like, yes, I do feel things for you, but also, I mean, that situation is a little complicated because they were a little evil towards the end, let's say. But even so, I still look back at, like, even if that thing hadn't happened, I look back at that and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, actually, what was I thinking? Like, I'm not saying, like, I just don't care about you at all as a person. I'm like, I don't, like, love you. Like, I'm not in love with you, you know? And obviously, like, it's not an obligation to be in love with everybody that you're with. That's not, you know, like, that would be actually, no, that would not be cool, but, like, that's just not an obligation. But, like, it's just, like, you think that maybe I would look back and maybe feel, like, something for you. Like, I do feel something, but it's just, like, so, like, oh, like, well, that happened, and, I don't know. And then after that, I had this really weird thing with a friend, and it was so dramatic and so emotional at the time too, and it was just like, oh my gosh, all these feelings, all these emotions, so, like, and that lasted for, like, a really long time, like a year or something, and that was so emotional, and going through it was so emotional, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out what it is I felt about this person, because one, it was complicated because they were my friend first, and I love my friends so dearly, like, so deeply and so dearly, so obviously, like, I already had that layer, but then there was, like, other things happening, and so I was like, do I love you? Like, what's happening? What is it that I feel about you? I don't know what it is I feel about you. I'm so confused, and I couldn't, like, for the life of me, like, just come up with one answer in my head. But, like, that was also just such a complicated situation where it's like there was just so many layers, and I couldn't tell, because if my brain was just, like, not wanting to accept that I had deeper feelings for this person than I actually did, and for the longest time I just thought that I was, like, lying to myself by saying, like, no, I don't, and then I was like, okay, let me just accept it, because sometimes what I do in my head is, like, if I'm fighting something so hard, I just let it win. If I think that I could maybe love this person, then I just accept it, even if it's not, like, true. I just accept it so I can feel that feeling and feel if it feels right. So I kind of just, like, one day just, like, stopped fighting, and I was like, okay, maybe I do. And then I was like, there was just always this, like, physical feeling, like, in my ribs. Like, I think I feel a lot of feelings in my stomach and, like, my collarbones, and especially my ribs. But I just, like, had this feeling, like, this tightness in my ribs. Like, I just, like, was like, that just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't, like, yes, I love you, but it's not, like, I don't want to spend my life with you. Like, it was just not that. And it was just, like, I don't know, but a part of me also so badly wanted to love this person, because it was, like, then it would prove that I am capable of it again, because the only person that I have loved is that person from the past who's no longer in my life, and I spent so long being stuck on them, and I honestly am still stuck on them, not in the sense that I am, like, still in love with them, but in the sense that I just am still stuck on that situation, and it will always forever affect me, and I will always think about it, and it will always keep me guarded in how I approach things in the future. And so I was, I guess, scared that, like, maybe I just don't want to accept that I feel love again. So maybe I do feel it, but I'm just guarding myself. But then I unguarded myself. I mean, obviously, I can't just, like, take my guard down, like, flip a switch. But, like, I just could never be sure with how I felt about this person, and that to me wasn't, like, love. Like, when I was in love with this person, I was sure, like, of course I fought it for, like, a few months when I first was feeling the feelings of it. I was like, no, like, I just really, really like them. But then, like, once I accepted, like, I am in love with this person, it was never a doubt. Like, it was just a feeling that I couldn't describe, and it was just like, I just am in love with you. Like, I just know that I am, like, and that's not a doubt that I have. Like, it's not like I'm questioning if I am in love with you, or if I just really, like, it's just like, I just love you. Like, I don't, like, I literally see you in, anyways, but, like, and obviously the love that you have for one person is never going to be the exact same as the love that you have for another person. And because I, at that age, was so young and so open, I suppose, and, like, I had never felt those feelings before, I was so much less guarded, so I was so much more open to those feelings. It was easier for me to just accept that and feel that. And now I am so much more guarded, and I have more like trust issues, I have more walls, whatever. So now if I were to be in a situation like that again, I would definitely be more guarded with how it is I was feeling. But it's just like, I just don't feel that feeling anymore, like in any sense. Like it's just not like, I just don't like have that like gene anymore. Like I don't, and like I said again, could just not have met the right person, which also I'm not looking to meet the right person, because that's just like, please stay away from me. Honestly pretty avoidant, honestly, I don't know. But I mean, I think recently I'm a little bit more open to things like that. Like I definitely have been a person before where I just like didn't, what am I saying? I still am that person. Sorry, I just have to like catch myself, because I still am that person where it's like, I don't want to actually feel anything that is real because it is scary to me. But also, when you feel something real enough, or you like, I think that if you love somebody enough, or if you are in love with somebody, that's not something that you can run away with or run away from, or that's not something that you can just like pretend you don't feel. I mean, for a certain amount of time, sure, but like, if you are meant to love somebody, you will feel it and you will love them. Like with this person that I was in love with, I did not want to love them. They were my best friend, and that was so complicated, and that was so horrible. Not horrible, but like, it was like, oh my god, this is so inconvenient. Like, you are my best friend. I'd rather just be in your life and be your friend than have this weird, complicated, like, just this whole bundle of feelings for you that just like literally complicated everything, and it literally messed with how I treated the whole situation. And we could have probably, maybe, I don't know, obviously, but like, there was such a higher chance of us actually being friends to this day if I was not in love with them, you know, because the way that I acted was influenced by my feelings. Like, I didn't want to be in love with this person. Obviously, I think this person is beautiful and amazing and gorgeous and everything, and it's not like, oh, I don't want to be in love with you because you're like gross. Like, it's just like, I'm not the type of person that wants to feel things that make me feel like shit half the time if I like don't have to, you know? So why would I want to be in love with this person? Like, I don't want to be in love. Point is, I don't want to be in love with anybody. But if I am in love with someone, I can't just pretend that I'm like, that's not something that I can just like not be. Like, if I'm in love with you, I'm in love with you. Like, it's not something that you choose. It just happens, you know? Or at least that's how it is for me. Obviously, I've only been in love once, but for a long time and whatever. But for me, that's what it is. Like, how I know that I truly feel these things about someone is that I can't deny it no matter how many times I try to, you know? Because I love to deny things and denounce them and be like, no, I don't feel like that actually at all. Girl, obviously you do. But like, and with this person that I was in love with, like, no matter how much time has passed, and it hasn't, in the big span of things, has not been that long. It's been like 3 years since last seeing them. But within that span of time, like, no matter what feelings or layers of feelings that I have about them or other people or anything, the thing that stays the same is, like, I just, like, love you. Like, I literally just love you. Like, that's never gonna change, or that's never gonna be doubted. And, like, through everything and through all, like, and with these other people, it's been like, I just got scared, sorry, okay. But anyways, with these other people, it's been like, I have felt deep emotion for you, I have felt deep love for you, I have felt so much care for you, but I cannot look back on you and say I was in love with you. Like, that's not something that I could say. And like, that's like, with other situations, I could step out of them. Like, once I stepped out of the situation and once it was like no longer right in my face, I could see it for what it really was, and what it really was not being in love with them. But with this person, once this situation was no longer in my face, literally moved away, obviously I still thought about them all the time, but like, no matter how much time has passed, no matter how many months I've gone without like thinking about them or talking about them, whenever I look back on them, I'm just like, I love you. I was in love with you. Like, I cannot doubt that. I cannot just like say that that's something else. Like, I was just in love with you, you know? And I don't think I felt that feeling again. And the reason that I say that I think that that part of me is dead, because that's kind of dramatic, but like, I just don't think that I'm open to that anymore because of things that have happened with other people and because of things that have happened with this person. Like, I don't know, it's just a surreal, not even surreal, it honestly wasn't that crazy of a situation. It makes it feel so obviously huge to me because first person I fell in love with, only person I've been in love with. So it feels like such a big, like, literally every single person that I know knows that I have loved this person. Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, people who don't even know this person at all know this person, because if you know anything about me, like, you have to know that I have loved this person because it truly shaped me as a person. And I think that because I was in love with them during a very like transformational part of my life. Like, I was 17, you're trying to figure out what you want to do in life, where you want to go, and I remember literally, like, you're trying to figure out what it is you want, you know, in life. But at the time, the only thing that I wanted in life was them. So, like, I couldn't really sit there and think about, oh, what is it that I want? Like, I want them. Like, you want me to move in with you. Oh, you want me to move in with you, and you want me to live with you, and you want me to literally just spend the rest of my life making you happy. Absolutely. Like, I absolutely would have done that. Genuinely would have done that. So, I mean, it is a blessing and a curse that, like, this person left my life, because genuinely I would have done anything for them. Anything. Like, I would have literally done anything to make them happy or just to be around them. Like, that's crazy. Like, I look back on that now and, like, I mean, I'm still that type of person, but I think that I just long to be able to give love to people, and I think that is why I throw myself into these deep emotional situations, because I need to somehow prove to myself that I am capable of giving love, or that I don't know, I just love to give to people, and I just love to love people, but that doesn't mean that I'm in love. It just means that I am missing this feeling of giving and adoring that I felt with this person, but nobody will ever be this person, you know. And part of that is me trying to recreate something that cannot be recreated, because, like I said, you will never love two people in the same way. So if I am to fall in love again, it will not feel the way that I felt when I loved this person. It will feel similar because it is still me loving, but I'm loving this whole other person, whoever this other person will be, if that ever happens for me. But, like, I just need to stop. Maybe that's see, this is why I talk to myself, because I come to different conclusions. So maybe the problem isn't that the part of me that is capable of love is dead. It's actually just that the part of me that is capable of love is trying so hard to recreate something that does not exist anymore. So it's just tiring itself out. It's not dead, it's just exhausted. Okay. Okay, guys, like, I kind of ate. Anyways, Wait, anyways, this is also in no way like therapy for me or anybody. This is just me talking to myself and trying to figure things out with myself without feeling like I'm just like talking literally just to myself, which I actually am just talking to myself still, because do you know who's gonna see this? Maybe like 2 people, maybe 0 people actually. So I'm literally just talking to myself because, and hey, you know what? But no, you know what? That's okay, because I like to talk to myself. Actually, I used to not. Actually, my mom told me when I was a kid that I was very independent and I loved to play on my own. And then I think that I grew up and I made friends and I lost that independence, which is not a bad thing. I love friends, but I also love to be alone. Genuinely love to be alone, and I feel kind of like a loser whenever I'm like, oh, I'm just like hanging out alone in my car talking to myself. Like, that feels like, oh, that's so chud. Like, which like maybe a little, but like, hey, it brings me joy, and I feel like, hey, like, I'm gonna live with myself forever, or not forever, but until I die. So I might as well like myself. I might as well be able to spend time with myself. The only person that I can count on is myself. So I don't know, I quite enjoy myself sometimes, and that's not a light thing to say. Like, I didn't just like, this has not been how I am forever. I also fucking hate myself half of the time, or most of the time, and I get so annoyed with myself most of the time too. But hey, honestly, that's love, because like, you literally see all of the worst parts of yourself more than you could see the worst parts of anybody else, because you are genuinely inside of your head, and like, you cannot be inside of anybody else's head. Like, somebody else could tell you the things that are going on in their head, but also when they're telling you the things that are going on in their head, they could be thinking things about the things that they're saying that you won't know. So you're never gonna be inside somebody else's brain, but you will be inside of your brain. You can know yourself so fully, and that is so beautiful. And why not do that? I've been trying to do that. It's scary and horrible because, I don't know, sometimes I don't like to know the things inside my head, but it's so much better to get them out than to just be miserable and hold them in and feel guilt for things that I don't even actually have to be feeling guilt about. Because I used to be, I'm just going off the point. I mean, I've been going off the point this whole time. There's a fucking, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, that I would feel guilt about things that I don't actually have to be feeling guilt about, because I would have this like fear that like deep down I am a horrible person and I actually have horrible like intentions, and I just am horrible and evil and I want to do all these mean things to people and I'm just a bad person. Like, I would just have that thought in my head, and like, not even for a specific reason. It's not like I would just like be like, not that I would even do that like horrible things to people. I mean, I've obviously done pretty bad things before. I've made very many mistakes, very much. But like, I guess when I would make any sort of mistake, I'd be like, I am a horrible person and I meant to do that. That is horrible. Like, but I never actually did. But it was only until I like actually started to face myself and face the fact that like, oh hey, I've made mistakes, but why did I do that? And where did that come from? And learning more about why I do the things I do and why I feel the way that I feel, and facing the fact that like, hey, sometimes I do feel like anger or annoyed, like we all do, but like, I just thought that was so horrible for me to feel. But then I realized that anger comes from sadness most of the time. Like, my default emotion half of the time is just sadness or like longing. Like, I don't think I've ever done anything out of just like genuine like hatred. Like, I don't feel that. Like, I don't feel just like hatred for someone. Like, if I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling angry because something that someone has done has made me sad and made me long for something else. That's like the root, the main root, not for everything, but that's like the main root of a lot of my emotions. But I never would have known that unless I sat down with myself and was like, why am I feeling this way? What is happening? Because I do this so much with other people, and that's a whole other conversation. But I'm always trying to understand other people to my actual demise, because it has gotten me literally in so much trouble. But I'm always trying to understand other people, so like, I'm wearing a shirt, I swear, but anyways, it cut out because I don't have any storage anymore, and so that's it. Hopefully it was helpful. It's gonna be helpful for me, because I'm gonna rewatch it, but bye.